Well, here we are, another Tuesday, no sign of bloody Christian. The alien invasion, that didn't happen either. It's been a crap week, hasn't it? So, how did I get on this week then? Well, I tried to compensate last week by going as high as I did. I honestly didn't think it was that high. But after the video, I went higher up and further to the left because I thought there's bound to be one or two will go too high and it'll take the average up. So that, where I've gone there in zone 3, again, is as high as I did go. It bothered me actually that I thought of all the weeks I've done it now, I've gone too high. And here we are. Look how high they've gone again this week. I don't see it myself, but I'm glad the guy won. He won a camper van. You know, I always like to play for a camper van, so the fact that someone's won a camper van is great. And he plans to use it to go and do the North Coast 500 up around the North Coast of Scotland. So superb. Well done to him. But how did they end up all the way up there? Let's have a look at the judging. So I already know this is the final result. They didn't take any crosses out. There was 7 judges this week. Don't know why 7. Perhaps somebody's off sick or been abducted by aliens. Well, there's a cross. There's a collection of 5 there, which I think isn't so bad, right? Now I think if it was just those 5, that group, that cross, the average cross, the winning cross, would have been in a slightly more sensible area. It would have been a bit lower because I can't see how this guy in red is looking that high at all. What's thrown it out this week is what throws it out every week. It just takes 1 or 2 people to go ridiculously high, unexplainably high, and then it takes the average right up higher than it should be. I mean, I was down, well, I was just underneath it, I think, with Nye, but I was down about here where these others had gone. So these 3 were roughly in the sort of right area, I reckon. Those 2 had gone a little bit higher, but that's about as high as I expected 1 or 2 people to go. So I thought mine would be pretty much in between the lowest and the highest and be about there. But of course, this is what happens. You have 2 that are all the way up here, which make no sense really. And it's taken the average right up there. But they've decided not to take those 2 out, and I suppose it would have been a bit of a stretch if they had, because they're not that far out from the cluster. They're not ridiculously far out from the cluster. It's just enough to sort of mess it up, I suppose. Oh, let's have a look at this week's then, because I got to be honest, I haven't got a clue on this week's. I just do not know where to go this week. If I look at this fella here in the white, right, he looks as though, let me get a colour here and draw a line. He looks as though he's looking more or less straightforward, but perhaps slightly up because his head seems to be tilted back ever so slightly. So I drew a line across that sort of direction. Now there's this guy in the blue and white that's throwing it out for me. If I draw a line from his eyeball up towards where I've already put across, that's probably about the nearest. Oh, what are you doing, Mart? Come on. That's probably about the nearest line I can do there. But it could be anywhere. It could be over there to the right, it could be over to the left, who knows? But if I go on the basis that 1 or 2 of these judges are going to go way too high again, and I draw a line much further up, say up there, then that puts my cross, the one cross I've done for now, sort of in between the 2 of them. So as an average, let me draw a white line across there then so I can see where I'm going. So that splits his eyesight up as to where I think it would be further down to where I think some of the judges are going to go a lot higher, and it's in the middle. Because we have got to play to where we think the judges are going to put it, even though they fool us every week. But again, it's this guy in blue and white down here is causing me a problem because of the angle of his head and the angle of his eye. I really don't know where he's looking at. So this is where I need you guys to help me out here. So we can do an average of where everybody thinks it should be. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to put a comment in the comment section of my own video, and I'll pin it to the top, and and if everybody else, if you want to, put your own coordinates that you've come up with, just one coordinate, in, and on Saturday I'll make another video and I'll take all those crosses and I'll put them in. I won't do it on a video because it'll take forever. I'll put them in before I start recording a video, and then we'll have a look in the video to see where the average is of all our viewers. So I don't know, there might be 20, there might be 50 crosses in there. The more the better, I suppose. We get a better average. So you don't have to put the exact cross you're going to do if you don't want to give that away. You don't want somebody copying you. Just put one a couple of pixels away, you know, just to give us just an average idea of where you think the judges are going to go next week. So comment as you normally do. I love the comments. Enjoy interacting and answering you guys. But just on that one comment, just leave nothing else but the coordinate that you want me to put in, and Saturday I'll make another video then, which will only last perhaps 2 or 3 minutes at the most, and we'll work out where the average should be, because I've got that crosses app, so we can put all the crosses in and then calculate the average cross. So let me know what you think, guys, and we'll do another video on Saturday. Thanks everyone, and good luck.